What's going on, guys? It's Asal, and today I'm here to tell you guys everything we know about elite classes in Battlefield 1, and I'll start off by saying that they're essentially a less overpowered version of the heroes featured in Star Wars Battlefront. There are 3 different elite classes in Battlefield 1, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Now, the key aspect here is that elite classes, unlike heroes in Star Wars Battlefront, do actually have some weaknesses, which is essential if DICE wants elite classes to have any sort of acceptance in the community, as adding a super overpowered character like Luke Skywalker to Battlefield, well, it's just not Battlefield. The main similarity between elite classes and heroes from Battlefront is that they both come in the form of a pickup that is located somewhere around the map. Now, they are definitely similar in other ways, but the fact that they are pickup based is what initially made me think of Battlefront. Now, from watching the Gamescom live stream of Battlefield 1, it doesn't appear as though elite classes are something that will cause any sort of major balance problems. They might have some balance problems, but I don't think it'll be anything major. As well, yes, they're quite strong in their own way. They are far from impossible to kill, and they won't be able to just roll through a group of 6 enemies like their Darth Vader, but they'll still be able to do a fair bit of damage. First, let's talk about the Flamethrower, aka Flamethrower guy. Now, we saw him in the teaser for the Gamescom trailer, and he looks pretty freaking awesome. He basically has this massive flamethrower, and he can light people on fire, and it looks as though his specialty will be close range, and the Battlefield article about him hints that you'll have better luck taking him on from a distance, which I suppose makes perfect sense, as from the gameplay, it looks as though the range of his attack is fairly limited. He's also permanently affixed with a gas mask, which is his main weakness, as it both reduces his field of view and slows down his movement speed. So while he can literally melt people from up close, it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world to get away from him, because he does move a little bit slower. Maybe you could sneak up on him with his limited field of view. You can really get creative here. And oh, one more thing, he's also wearing fire resistant gear, so yeah, you don't want to be fighting fire with fire here. Second, we have the Sentry, aka Knight Guy. Now, this is the one we've seen in a lot of the trailers. He's basically a freaking armored knight with a massive machine gun, and I will say that out of the 3, the Sentry is my favorite as far as looks go, and he's got this huge machine gun that's supposedly water cooled. I don't know, that's just what the article said, and as you can tell, he's reasonably well protected. We can even see from the trailer that a bullet to the head isn't going to bother him too much. DICE describes the Sentry as a human tank, which seems like a fairly fitting name, as he can dish out a lot of damage and doesn't seem to mind taking a hit while doing so. But just like the Flametrooper, the Sentry also has a pretty substantial weakness, which is that he is not capable of wearing a gas mask. So you heard it from me, the best way to kill the human tank is with gas. Last but not least is the Tank Hunter, and that name is not just for show. He literally hunts tanks. He's basically a sniper class, except his specialty is sniping vehicles. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but that's what we're going for here. DICE has stated that his rifle is supposedly taller than the average man, and it's actually capable of taking the treads off of a tank, and it can even disable the guns from an armored vehicle with a little practice with your aim. But the catch is that you must be prone while firing your weapon, which will undoubtedly leave him very vulnerable to any sort of close range attack. It will be interesting to see what the community thinks of these 3 elite classes, and I bet that one will become more popular than the others, and my guess is that it will be the Sentry, because the Sentry seems the most versatile, whereas the Flame Guy is more of a close range guy, and then the Tank Hunter is more, well, he's just for sniping vehicles, and neither one of those 2 have that mid-range ground covered, and I think the Sentry will become very popular for that reason. Though I'm curious as to what you think about the addition of elite classes in Battlefield 1, as it's not something that's very traditional Battlefield, having someone be a lot stronger than someone else, and I'm wondering whether or not you guys think this is a good addition to the game. You can leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Click that like button if you're stoked for Battlefield 1, and if you want to see more Battlefield 1 content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now everybody, this has been Asal, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.